What's going on, guys? Clint here with Classic Firearms. And guys, yeah, I'm starting it just like that again. We might be in the video room, but this is our Outside the Warehouse channel, a little bit different than our typical footage that you see on the Classic Firearms main channel. But yeah, just wanted to bring you guys some content here. And not too long ago, I posted in the Facebook buyers group, our Classic Firearms buyers group on Facebook, that I was in the airport, kind of bored, and I decided to do one of those Ask Me Anything posts, and I'm going to go through and answer some of y'all's questions, so let's get started. Phil said, when at the airport, are you a beer or Bloody Mary guy? And it was funny because when that question came across, I was currently sipping on a Bloody Mary. Thought that was pretty funny. Adam asked, what classic firearm are you most hoping to get in stock? Ooh, that is a good one. And if I could ever see some beautiful finished M39s come back through, that would be it. So that's it. Alan asked, when are we getting the amazing deal on the IWI Galil Ace again? Alan, I missed out on that deal, and I work here, and I think that might have been a once-in-a-lifetime type of deal, but if you subscribe to our emails and we get that awesome deal again, you'll be notified. I hope we do. And Andrew asks, what is the worst gun you ever shot? Andrew, that's a real difficult question to ask because I am a fan of just about everything that goes boom. And so to say the worst gun I ever shot, oh, what's this? All right. Brian asked, they let you fly first class or only hand select coach? Well, Brian, actually it's pretty cool because they let me choose the best seat out of 10 for coach. So there's that. All right, John asked, when are the next batch of CNR eligible firearms inbound to Classic Firearms? For those of us behind the lines in California, CNR is one of the last out-of-state options we have for pistols. For pistols, it just depends. If that's the thing about surplus, you never know. We got a bunch of SKSs in that are, again, that are CNR eligible. But as far as pistols go, like some Tokarevs, things like that, it's just whenever they become available, and that's the thing about surplus. So this is when I'm going to take the opportunity to do a little bit of advertising and say, or marketing, and say, sign up for our emails so that way you're the first to be notified, and make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel when we come out with the videos doing the unboxings of those same guns. Jacob says, what are your thoughts on the flush sights on pistols such as those on the SS P365 and the Springfield Hellcat? I think you meant the SAS P365 that has the flush sights, and I'm not sure that the Hellcat does, or at least the ones that I've seen, I don't think they have the flush sights. But my thoughts on them, I think it's pretty cool. I like innovation within firearms because if you think about it, for the last several hundred years, firearms have kind of been the same. Ultimately, maybe not even 100 years, but still. I think it's cool. I like innovation. I like the fact that they're flush, no snag, and I think they're great for what it's needed. Concealed carry and up close and personal. You're not exactly going for competition on these guys. So I like them. John says, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? Duke's mayonnaise. Let's see, Robert. Hi Clint, how about a contest use in stickers, patches, shirts, hats, a classic contest? I think we would receive a whole lot of hate if we did that. But at the same time, I think I'm arrogant enough to say it's not out of question. Chris, Clint, what is your background and how did you come to join the Classic Firearms team? Chris, on the channel that you're watching this video, Outside the Warehouse, my very first video was how I got started in the firearms industry. We'll have that link down in the description, so go check that out and you can find your answer there. What is your absolute favorite firearm? Oof, that one is tough. I'm gonna go for absolute favorite firearm that I have fired. That's not the question. M1 Garand. I'm gonna have to say it's the M1 Garand. Scott asked, coolest thing you've ever seen come to the warehouse? And man, I've been thinking about a whole lot of like surplus guns and everything else that have come through that I just think are so cool. And then Ryan's like, don't even fake it, man. When that LWRCI SMG 45 showed up, you were like squealing with joy. So yeah, I can say I was probably a little overwhelmed when this thing came in. So the SMG 45 LWRCI is probably the coolest thing that I've seen come through here. Me personally. Other people might have different things, but me, I like that. All right, Edwin says, what optic do you have on your Fostech AR in the video? I couldn't make it out. Not sure what video you're talking about, but this is my Fostech AR, which as you can tell, I've done a little bit too. And this is a Vortex Viper PST 1-4, and I like it quite a bit, but I think for the price, this is also my personal Vortex Strike Eagle 1-8, and you get a little bit more magnification, and you can also have the 1-6 option. think I might actually like this one more, ultimately, I think. Both of them are second focal plane, and I do like that this one has the capped turrets on it. I like the exposed ones quite a bit, but for my use, I think the capped one for this here, and it being a little bit more affordable, it's probably the way to go. But yeah, there's the answer to your question. Vortex Viper on my Fostech. What's next? Here we go. Adriel says, what do you think about the Ruger AR-556? I'm thinking of buying one as my first entry-level AR. I think they're great guns. Ruger has got real high quality stuff to them, American made. They're just good guns. So yeah, I think it'd be a great entry-level AR for you. All right, Benjamin asks, when are we gonna have another tour in the warehouse video? See what you got hiding in those crates. All right, fair. So our last warehouse tour with Such was a huge hit. Didn't think you guys would be that interested, but apparently you are. So we actually have something that we're planning on, so stay tuned. Might be a while, but stay tuned. Next, Eamon asks, what are your personal favorite top 5 handguns? And I think instead of answering that question here, we're gonna use that for another outside the warehouse video. We did the top 5 favorite long guns of mine. We'll do the top 5 favorite handguns soon. Nick, if you could go over the penetration capabilities of various calibers, would be pretty cool and even informative. I like this idea. I'm keeping this in my future video file because I think that would be a whole lot of fun too. Y'all like ballistic gel, right? I like ballistic gel. Alexander asks, where would you be if you never joined Classic Firearms? Dead. No, I think, where would I be? I'd probably still be in the gun industry because I was a payroll consultant before. I don't do numbers unless it's like, 5.56 or 7.62. So I'd probably be working at a range or something, I guess. Jeff asks, how about 3 of you have a teardown / back together challenge on a rifle or 2 and a pistol or 2? I like that. I think we could use that in the future. Let's see, Brian says, what are your favorite guns, or what's your favorite gun you've demoed for the channel and why? Well, I'd probably say Barrett M82A1. I mean, it's a 50 cal semi-automatic rifle. Yeah, I'd say that's probably my favorite one I've demoed for the channel. If not the M1 Garand, if not the SMG 45, if not my Mark 18 that you see right here. I love this thing. Barrett M82A1. Doing a mag dump with the Barrett's where it's at. Alberga asks, what are the guidelines to buying a scope for a rifle, AR-15 versus AR-10? Well, that can be a very long answer, but when I went through boot camp, and here we go, boot camp stories, and when I went through boot camp, I hit 500 yards expert with iron sights. So on my AR-10, I've got a 4-12 on there, Leupold optic. That, the most I'll probably be shooting at is 300 yards, so I don't think I really need that much, but I like it, and I like having that capability if I wanted to. But it ultimately comes down to what is your purpose? Are you going to be, going for extreme long range? Or are you just going to be keeping it pretty, relatively short? I've got a 1-4 on my Fostech here, a 1-8 on the Scar. I think it just really comes down to personal preference. It's a little difficult to answer that one in, a couple of seconds. But ultimately, just look at it this way. What's your purpose? Don't go overboard. Matthias says, what is your favorite non-gun hobby? Well, for exercise, I do love mountain biking. I go to the Whitewater Center here outside of Charlotte quite often, and so if you guys are ever in the area, say hi. I'll probably be wearing my hat. But recently, and I'm not much of a gamer, and my stats show that, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the re-release of Modern Warfare has been a whole lot of fun, and I think we might actually be doing something with that soon, so stay tuned. And if you're on Twitch, maybe give Classic Firearms a follow. John Paul says, how difficult is it not just to take crates of guns home, or well, maybe you do? I've taken crates of guns home for video purposes, or because I've bought all of them and that's just what happened. It's very difficult. Like, man, it's difficult. Go watch the Such tour of the warehouse and you'll just see how difficult. Alan says, how has Ben? We miss seeing his videos on your channel. Is he okay? Ben's fine. He's great. He's still here. He's doing his thing. He's fine. Robert says, what unit were you with in the Corps? Well, I'm currently in, still, the reserves, if you can't tell. And what unit was I with? I am a ammunition technician out of a reserve unit in Greenville, South Carolina. David, are you kin to Ben? I am not, but this meme might say otherwise. Bill, how about a raffle every week or two, even once a month, with the proceeds going to randomly chosen police department, fire department, or EMS, or another charity like Wounded Warriors? So I like that idea a lot, and I mentioned before about the video game thing, Twitch, things like that. I'm thinking about doing something charity based there, so stay tuned for that in the future. Geoff, being totally new to this page, who are you? Why would I ask you a question? That's fair, Geoff. So again, link down in the description as to how I got started in the industry. I am the brand engagement manager here at Classic Firearms. You may have seen me in a couple of videos. If not, how are you in the Facebook buyers group? How are you a customer of ours? I don't get it. No. Answers down in the link in the description.
I think his name's Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff. We can keep that, right? Okay. Alan, what is your MOS in the Marines? 2311 Ammo Tech. I pretty much count bullets, right? Make sure that the guys that are actually kicking in the door and on the front lines have the right, pew pills. George, hi Clint. While I realize you're no longer waiting for your flight, I'm hoping this is where I can still axe a newbie question. Back in the day when dinosaurs roamed the parking lot of Classic Firearms circa the time of the... Okay, this is a lot. Why did I do this? Oh, why is it called Blackout? Why is it called Blackout? From my understanding, or at least from what the internet tells me, it's because AAC had a premium lineup of their products, referred to the Blackout lineup, and since they were the developers who designed, I guess you could say the designers of 300 AAC, they decided to go with Blackout being their premium lineup, so premium cartridge. So I hope that answers your question, and it sounds cool. Alright guys, so thanks for your questions. I know the Ask Me Anythings, they can be pretty informative and stuff like that, so I hope you guys found that to be just that and entertaining. But yeah, if you got anything else, send them on in. I'll answer them. And also too, keep sending in those memes, because there's totally going to be a meme review part 2, because that was a whole lot of fun. Alright guys, until next time, we will catch you outside the warehouse. We appreciate you all. Have a good one.